Oh, yeah.
And now, our feature presentation.
Now the planet is moving at 1,037 1/3 miles per hour. So being a object, 6 sextillion tons, moving at 1,037 1/3 miles per hour, it produces an atmosphere that is 6 miles the distance of the planet. Did y'all hear me? So anytime that an object wants to get out of the pull of gravity, it has to make it 6 miles into the sky. And once it can make it beyond the 6 miles, 5,280 feet is 1 mile. So 6 miles is almost 33,000 miles up in the air. Once it reaches past that point, then it's able to float, because it's no longer under the pull of gravity. Y'all still with me? Now, all this is going to make sense. It sounds like science class right now. Hell, but that's our problem. Our problem is we spooky as hell and have a non-scientific approach to life when it comes to religion, comes to God, comes to the Word of God. Yet we don't bring that spookism to the light company, or the gas company, or the car dealership, or the mortgage broker, or the IRS, do we? You cannot go with spookism to college and get a degree. You cannot go with spookism to high school and get a diploma. Yet when it comes time to relate to the most important entity in the universe, God and His truth, all of a sudden we abandon logic, abandon reasoning, abandon science, and we began to be this ethereal, faith-based, spooky-minded creature trying to relate to the Supreme Being in a non-efficient manner. So anytime someone starts talking about science or the power of the mind, most people consider that to be sacrilegious. If you start exploring the power of your mind, your own mind that God gave us, we consider that to be against God. And don't let you start trying to use the power of your mind. You become an outright hypocrite in the world of religion. Well, I thank Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. All praise is due to Allah, because he's a man that put facts with our faith. He's a man that made the struggle of our people with our spirituality. He's a man that put religion and revolution together. He's a man that didn't have us looking up in the sky waiting until we was dead to get heaven. But he taught us how to get heaven for ourselves while we were yet alive. All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. All praise is due to Allah. Well, the earth, by its motion, it has objects under its gravity. The moon rotates around the earth. Yeah, yes, it does. An object that's 2,160 miles in diameter. A third of the size of the planet, because it used to be part of the planet. Another lecture for another time. But based upon the speed of this matter with mass called Earth, it brings under its gravitational pull the moon. It also brings under its gravitational pull the tides of the sea. Yes, it does. And guess what else? It brings us under its pull, called gravity. So we can jump, but we can't stay where we stopped. Is that right? So the law is that what goes what? Must come. Why? Because of gravity. Y'all still with me? Well, we intend to explore that just as according to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, in a book called Supreme Wisdom. This is a small book that is a key in the hand of a believer. It is a key designed to unlock the Quran. It is a key designed to unlock the Bible. It is a key designed to unlock nature. Did you hear me? You say, well, if it's Supreme Wisdom, why come it's a little bitty book? If it's the Supreme Wisdom, it just would make sense that it would just take up the whole shelf. It is not a book of information. It is a book that unlocks information. How big is the key in your pocket? It ain't the size of your house. It's not the size of the door. Is that right? It ain't even the size of the doorknob. It's just a special made device that has a chemical or a mathematical formula designed that when it's put into a certain fixture that it can unlock that door. And when you unlock that door, you now have access to a bigger, greater space where the Supreme Wisdom is a key designed to unlock the door of the Quran, the door of the Bible, and the door of nature that we can walk inside of it. All praise is due to Allah. In the Supreme Wisdom, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad says that a planet is anything grown or made from the beginning. The sun, the moon, the stars are all planets. You didn't hear me. We didn't know that. We thought the stars were stars. The sun was the sun. And the moon was the moon. And the only thing that was a planet was Earth, Mercury, Neptune, Saturn, Jupiter, and the rest of them. We had the limit to 9. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, no, bring sun, bring the moon, bring the stars to the witness stand. They too are planets because they are grown from the beginning. So the definition of a planet is anything that is grown from the beginning. Well, before there was a sun, the moon, or the stars, man was. Y'all didn't hear me. The solar system is a reflection of the human system. You have inside of this body a brain. Is that right? That controls and governs 9 systems of the body. Likewise, you have in the heavens a sun that governs and controls 9 planets in the solar system. Is that right? You have inside of this human body made up of 3 things: flesh, blood, and bone. Is that right? Well, when they studied the molecular structure of flesh, blood, and bone, they found that the water on the earth is just like the blood of man. The flesh is just like the vegetation. And the rock of the planet is just like the bone. I didn't say that we were just like the rock, or that the blood was just like the water. The water is like the blood. We are something grown from the beginning. Y'all still with me? Now, I got that from the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. I don't know where you're getting your stuff from. But I submit to you that as you question the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and as you always question the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and as you always question every Muslim that comes to offer you some truth that you've never heard before, why don't you question the white man in the same way? Why don't you interrogate him and ask him, what did you put in this religion? Why do you want me to eat swine flesh? Why did you call me by your name? Why did you kidnap me? Why won't you let me do anything but run and jump and sing and dance? Why won't you allow me in the medicine? Why won't you allow me in the architecture or engineer? Question the white man. Ask him, where did he get his facts from that he gave to you and me? All praise is due to Allah. Every time black people come to talk to another black person, they have to always bring a white person with them just for them to believe it to be true. And if they don't have a white person with them physically, they got to be able to bring the white man's knowledge to the table. So we can say the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, but we don't back it with 60 minutes, you don't want to accept it. We can say the honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teaches us, but if its statement is not notarized by the slave master, then I just ain't for sure.